When the time comes, do you think you'll try to conceive naturally or go straight to an embryo transfer?
Yeah, Annie on ice.
Annie on ice.
No wonder she loves Frozen so much.
So first off, are we still down for baby number 2?
She just, like...
She just chugs it. Guys, we don't know where we're friggin' living next month.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
We're a good balance.
We're a good balance.
This is something that we've talked about constantly, and I realize that we've never addressed it. Oh man, Bob, we have not filmed in so long together, I feel like.
I know, I mean, our OnlyFans is just drying up.
We really gotta get back on that content. I don't even know how to start videos like this anymore.
What is this video?
We're gonna answer some questions.
Oh, sweet.
What do I say when I open videos? Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I don't even know how I start my videos. How do I start my videos?
This is great.
I'm having an actual, like, mental crisis.
The mom brain is real.
Okay, we're just rolling. I literally cannot function. Guys, Jack and I are currently on a road trip to go to a wedding from one of our best friends from high school. And it is our very first overnight, multiple overnights.
Yeah, long weekend away.
Without Annie Banani. So my brain is completely scrambled in a way that I don't remember how to function in this kid-free zone.
Standard operating procedure has been broken.
100%. I quickly have been reminded of what it is like to not constantly be thinking 10 steps ahead of anything, because you literally don't have to think 10 steps ahead at all. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah, you just haven't had a chance to like zoom out and think,
No.
oh wow, the mental load
It's
is
so
immense.
true. How's it been for you?
Well, it's been one day.
It's been less than 24 hours since
Yeah.
we've left her.
She's in such great hands with Nana and Papa, and the constant video stream is really good.
We're getting photos, we're getting videos. It is 9:40 in the morning, and Annie has already
Ridden her bike,
played with her dolls,
probably listened to cows.
listened to Cows, the Cows song by Sandra Boynton on YouTube. She watches that and requests it constantly. Watered the tomatoes with Nana, ran around the yard, which is her favorite thing to do, and picked apples from their apple trees.
And had the breakfast trio.
Had breakfast of all 3 things that she requested: butter toast, cream cheese toast, and waffles with dippy, which is syrup. It's 9:40 and she's done all of those things.
I think we need to FaceTime her soon.
We should probably FaceTime her soon. But since we knew we were going to be on the road for a little bit, I asked you guys over on Instagram if you wanted to send in questions for us to answer while we are on this road trip to Pennsylvania. I haven't looked at any of these, so shall we just dive in?
I think so.
What is our favorite Maine restaurant?
What is our favorite Maine, like in the entire state of Maine?
I know.
Okay, the first one that comes to mind, they are truly what I believe are the best donut in the state of Maine.
I feel like that's not a restaurant.
Oh.
We can't really go. So say your favorite donuts.
Okay, so Ruckus Donuts.
Yeah, Ruckus
Hands
Donuts
down.
is hands down Jack's favorite. Any food established, like if we're going that broad of food, he thinks about Ruckus Donuts and dreams about them constantly.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them for breakfast, lunch, or dessert. You just have to
true.
go, really early.
All of Maine is primo.
Oh.
In Rockland,
Yep.
It's an experience. You have to get a reservation like months out type of vibe. It's worth it. It's true farm to table from their farm to your table. Their farm is literally in the back of the restaurant. And Portland, Maine is Via Vecchia.
I knew it.
1000%.
Yeah.
Not even a question. Yeah. Italian, delicious. The vibes are immaculate in the restaurant. The cocktails are so creative and they're so yummy. And I go there every year for my birthday, without fail.
Yeah, Via's so good. Via's probably the Portland restaurant for me as well.
For you too?
It's consistently just so good. And all of it. So I'm kind of on the more simple route. Dutton's Doghouse.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is literally like a hamburger hot dog shack off of like a cute little road in Boothbay Harbor, and the best cheeseburger special. Fried like fish sandwich. Oh my gosh.
They're curly fries.
Yep.
Do you and Jack see yourselves living anywhere else?
I feel like we've imagined living in Florida, but not full time. I think maybe doing the snowbird thing in the winters, in the dead of winter. Right now, I can't see us living anywhere else full time.
For context, Jack and I went to school in Kentucky, so we are familiar with Lexington, Louisville, that whole thing. We lived in Connecticut for 2 years after college, and then we moved to Seattle, so the PNW. We lived there for just over 3 years, I think. We grew up in Massachusetts, and after Seattle, we moved back to the East Coast, and we chose Portland, Maine. All right, I've set you on a phone so you stop sliding. So with that context of everywhere we've lived, there's obviously places we haven't lived, but we've kind of felt around a few different parts of the country. East Coast just has always felt like home to me.
But also, our family's in the Northeast, and we're pretty big on the family aspect, especially with Annie.
Since we've been here, we fell in love with living in Maine in general. Living-wise, not anywhere else, but the winters here, for me personally, are very tough. And so being a snowbird, in a sense, maybe just 1 month out of the year, 2 months out of the year would really get me over that hump into spring again.
Totally.
And that's where we could find a really happy medium. What's the best quality about one another, both as individuals, pre-parents and as parents? In my opinion, it's for you, it's your patience. With that patience, it's an openness to just want everybody to collaborate. It's not just get along. It's bringing everybody together, no matter their thoughts, feelings, or opinions about really anything, and just having that sense of togetherness and community. And that requires a lot of patience at times and open-mindedness. And that's, I think, the quality that I really love about you.
Thanks, bub.
Yeah, bub.
That was a really cute dog.
That's a cute dog.
Yeah. Mac is really good at connecting with people. She just gets people inherently. And she has a knack for understanding a person's position, context, wherever they're in. And you make it really easy to connect on a personal level.
Thanks, bub.
Yeah, and make people feel at ease. And then also, when you understand the situation and maybe there's some like tense things going on, you're not shy about just calling things as they are.
No.
And little old patient me needs that in his life. So
we're a good balance.
We're a good balance. Yeah.
I need to be more patient and less, I don't know.
I slow you down and you speed me up.
Yeah. It says, and as parents. I think any qualities that you have pre-parenthood can serve you in parenthood as well, if that makes sense. So, like Jack's patience in pre-parenthood has just served him tenfold in parenthood for just all of the obvious reasons and just anything that life has thrown at us in parenthood now. My non-shyness to stand my ground or speak up for us, me, or just as a family has also served us really well in times where it has needed to.
More on the empath thing, like you're able to understand like quickly Annie needs within any context and like think of these things and like how will other people feel in these scenarios. Like the example that comes to mind when someone has a dog and walking over with Annie and stuff, like you don't want to put that person in a position, right, even though they're like their dog is sweet baby or things like that, where they might feel uncomfortable with their dog around the toddler,
right,
stuff like that.
Yeah, that
just comes naturally. I never in a million years would even think of that.
This one's a question for me. When did you wean breastfeeding? How did you handle the change? I think I officially weaned around 13 or 14 months. I remember being really confident about cutting it off at 12 months, but we weren't in any sort of rush, so it just allowed us to really slowly wean from it. I think I've talked really in detail about it in another video that if I find it, I'll link it down below, of exactly how, when, how many feeds we dropped, like things like that. But how did I handle the change? You guys, I am speaking from my personal experience. I am not projecting on literally anyone else. This is just me speaking from mine. It truly was life-changing in the most positive way for me. And I've since seen other mothers talking about this, like being so nervous to wean and not sure and all these things. Don't. It is truly, I can't describe it, the sense of freedom that you gain back of your own body and your own time. At a certain point, I thought I was gonna live in 3-hour increments for the rest of my life. Like it was just such a automatic time ticking down time frame in my head that I was living by every single day. And when it went away, I didn't realize how much freedom I was truly missing from my life until I did that. Do I regret going 12 months? Not really. It served us. It was really great for us, but will it inform me more so for my next baby and maybe finding a better balance so that I can have more of that freedom and that light, airy feeling probably earlier than I did with Annie? Yeah, it'll probably inform that. So it went really well for me, honestly, stopping breastfeeding. It went very, 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 very good. Someone asked, what's our favorite thing about each other and how do you guys handle conflict? I think we've touched on the kind of favorite aspects about each other, but how would you say you best handle conflict?
Oh man, the perfect example was moments ago. Can you get over into the slow lane?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like continually working on it. From my point of view, it's always something. It's just communicating. What do you need? And being clear about it. And then if I disagree, I say that, or vice versa. Generally, conflict ends pretty
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we communicate.
Yeah.
You know?
We talk about that all the time and it sounds so cliche when we say communication, but like at the under layer of it all, it really is something that you have to learn how to do together. It's really hard. Like it sounds like such a simple solution, like, oh, learn to communicate or communicate your feelings, etc. But it is a art and a science that you have to learn with your personal partner.
Yep.
Because no two people are ever going to communicate the same way. So there's not really a formula of how to better communicate overall with someone, because those two someones are always going to be just different people in every single scenario, if that makes sense. But I remember there was a shift when Jack and I first lived together. It was a really tough transition because we had never had to communicate in the way that we needed to be communicating. Yeah. Who would rather do the dishes? Who would rather do the laundry? Who would rather, and we would be skirting around these things. What do you want to do on the weekends? How do you want to spend downtime? Like there's all these things that now your lives are meshing, and to learn how to properly tell the person what bothers you, what your preferences are, and if those are not the same, how do you find a common ground? It's hard to do. So when people say communicate, it's not so blasé. Like it really is something that we had to work on from the very beginning.
I think if I could expand on it some more, when I hear the word communication, I think, oh, you just have to talk to someone.
You just have to talk.
Right, you just have to talk. And I think it's equal parts saying what it is you intend to say or what you mean, how you feel, as much as it is listening to the other person to then understand their position and how they feel, so that you can continue to talk back and be like, oh, I didn't understand that, or okay, I will work on that, you know?
Yeah, you also have to let go of all ego.
Yeah.
And that's really hard as someone who isn't in a relationship or isn't living with your partner, to then being in a relationship or living with your partner and then into marriage, to let go of needing to win an argument or like win a conflict is also a very hard thing to learn how to do. Once you do that, once you shed that need to like be right or win or have them see your side and your side only, then that's when true communication can happen.
Yeah, I agree. If you're having a conflict, there's an issue, it's not with a specific person. You are a team, you're a unit, and you together need to address the conflict. It doesn't lie with one person, right?
Yeah.
And so as a part of a team, exactly what you said, it's not a win for you, it's a win for us. And that's what you're working for, right?
Let's go a lighter question next. What are Annie's current favorite toys or activities? Running in the yard.
Yeah, she loves running everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Running into the library. Yep, I'm telling you, this girl is literally gonna run 3 miles like a day before her nap as an activity. She just loves running.
Coloring.
Recently, it's been coloring, so we got her these jumbo crayons because the other ones kept breaking in her little toddler hand. She likes coloring pages that have her favorite characters on them, so like Bluey or Elsa or something like that, which is so cute. Paint, she loves paint. That's just a messier activity, so it just takes a little bit more setup. But the crayons, we can just like leave on the table for her. We got a little thing that we taped to the table, and she can go over and like color anytime in an activity book. So that's been really fun. Toys. Her little people are just a constant favorite. It all started with the red barn that we got her for last Christmas. Yeah, when she was just over 1 year old. And then we got the car wash, which is a huge hit, and the playhouse. Those are all linked on my Shop My, which is linked down below. I have her favorite toys there. She does love the Love Every toys still. She also loves playing house in a way, so anything with a vacuum or things that she can like pretend she's mom and dad, like things that we do, she likes doing as well.
Yeah, it's really cute. The little Dyson vacuum, and so when we vacuum, she vacuums. Her little kitchen set, and she has a cappuccino maker. It's so fun.
She makes coffee because she sees us making coffee. She loves playing in that way,
She has her little coffee cups. They look like the little hot Starbucks to-go cups or whatever, and she just like
she just chugs it. I'm like, wow, is that how we drink our coffee? She's like chugging down her coffee. When the time comes, do you think you'll try to conceive naturally or go straight to an embryo transfer? This is something that we've talked about constantly, and I realized that we've never addressed it. Before we had Annie, so I think when I was pregnant, our thought process personally was, it'd be really cool to try to get pregnant naturally, because we just don't know what that experience is like. We've experienced this IVF portion of things, and it honestly was so magical in its own way. We thought it'd be really cool to experience getting pregnant naturally, so why not try it? But then when we had Annie, for me something shifted. I don't know if it shifted for you or it shifted once we talked about it. I couldn't help but think once we had her in our arms that we have 4 more of her on ice and I can't leave them.
Don't want to leave them behind.
I couldn't. Like, seeing her physically in real life and knowing that we have, again, just 4 more, to us personally, it felt like we have already 4 of our potential children in the freezer. Before we try intentionally to get pregnant naturally, like, I gotta go back for those babes. That's how it felt once we had her.
I would agree with that. For me, it shifted after we talked. That's both what we wanted. Is we want to go back for the babes in the freezer and heat them all up.
And get them here. I looked at Annie the other day and I was like, can't believe you were in a freezer for a few months before you came here. Like, that's so weird.
She was just chilling.
She literally was chilling.
Yeah, Annie on ice.
Annie on ice. Like Disney on ice.
No wonder she loves Frozen so much.
She loves Frozen. She was frozen for months before she got here. Questions you wished you had asked each other before the little one arrived. To think about.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I think one of the things that sticks out that comes to mind immediately, how do I say this? It's like how we want to nurture her in a way of having the best life for her. And when I back into that, the conclusion that we came to, so that doesn't really make sense, I understand, but like the conclusion that we came to is we want to meet our children where they are at. Does that make sense? And that has stuck true with everything, and it helps ground us in moments that are really hard as parents. Instead of projecting our wishes of what her life is going to look like and what she's going to be interested in or what she's going to do, it's meeting her where she is and nurturing that. So I think the question down to it that we asked ourselves with that is, how do we want to show up for our children as their parents? What does that look like for us? And with that, it has helped guide us with seemingly little things, but really grounding us of like, no, this is our goal. We don't want to force her to like this food. We don't want to force her to enjoy this activity. We don't want to force her to love the stroller. Like, you know, like little things like that. And it has helped take the pressure off of those moments.
It helps you accept that that's just the phase of life that you're in almost. Because those things, I imagine, will continue to pop up.
And it'll be way deeper than if she doesn't like the stroller or not.
Right.
And so we're just practicing with these tiny things at this point.
Exactly.
I think the only other thing, and it's not a question we deliberately asked ourselves this, but something that's going to come into play and did come into play once we became parents, is leaning into our strengths and accepting our weaknesses as human beings sans parenthood, and applying it to parenthood. And as an example, going back to patience, Jack has so much more patience than I do. As a very specific example, when we would be up in the middle of the night, when we both settled into our strengths, those things became a lot easier. So I, with not as much patience, my worst nightmare in the middle of the night was rocking Annie back to sleep, not knowing when she would go back to sleep. Like standing there in the middle of the nursery, or like where she was sleeping in the middle of our room, and rocking her, not knowing if she was ever going to go back to sleep, was truly maddening to my brain. Whereas Jack, with his patience, and also I'm sure that energy was projecting onto Annie as well, was so much better at rocking her back to sleep. And so how we could kind of tag team the nights, and I wouldn't dread waking up with Annie, would be I would feed her because I was breastfeeding her, and then immediately, just pressure free, I would hand her back to Jack, and he would be responsible for getting her back to bed, and he could do it so much faster and easier, and with just like way more mental clarity than I could. And that's just an example of us feeding into our strengths and accepting weaknesses in different areas.
Such a vibe. I remember just sitting out in the living room, hanging out with Annie and Hippo. Just such a little bean.
Oh, such a vibe. 4 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely out of your mind. Sleep deprived.
Dude, I thought I was seeing like demons. Like, oh my god, what if Annie's like...
We were starting to hallucinate.
Yeah, the lack of sleep was real.
Speaking of, the last question, we had a few of these for sure, having to do of the timing with number 2, if we're still down for number 2. What are our thoughts around that? So first off, are we still down for baby number 2?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is shocking to me to even say, because it's been such a slow and gradual build up to be like, do I actually want another baby? I don't know if I can handle it, to, yeah, no, for sure. And I know that we can handle it. And now that I know what's on the other side, I will be much better equipped to handle the first 12 months. Just a quick side note for anyone who might be in the newborn trenches right now, questioning every single life choice and every single thing that you may have wanted to wish for, and like how many babies you wanted to have, and you're questioning all of it in this moment. I did too, but it gets better. 100 times better, and you will 100% get to a place where you can clearly and consciously think of the future of your family. The newborn trenches are just so real. They're so real. But as far as the timing of it, as far as the timing for our next embryo transfer goes,
TBD.
Yeah, I think
subscribe to our OnlyFans. And you'll find out.
To be completely honest, I think, and I'll speak for myself, we are constantly checking in with each other as far as how we feel, the timing of things, etc. And there are definitely a couple of life things that needed to happen before we could confidently move on. One of which is fantastic. So that got checked off the list. The other one is just an emotional, how are we feeling? And we're always checking in with each other on that. For me, I got to a point, and I think it was truly just recently, in the past maybe 2 or 3 months, where I was like, I don't think I'll be more ready than I am now. I think we'll always be like, are we ready? Are we not ready? Blah, 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 because it's such a huge commitment, and it's such a huge life change to add a human to your household.
Wicked, yeah.
I don't think I'll be more ready than I am now.
Absolutely. I think having a little bean for almost 2 years and everything that we've learned, don't think there is a world where we could be more ready.
Yeah.
At this point in time. And I think that's where we kind of were with back then, when we thought like having Annie.
Yeah, like when we were deciding to start trying for Annie before we knew that we had to do IVF, that was the thing too. Totally. It's like, well, why not now? When if not now?
Yeah.
When if not now? And that's kind of the vibes that we're feeling right now. The only thing truly at this point in time that we need to figure out, I think, is the blocker for all of this. Guys, we don't know where we're friggin' living next month.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
We have no idea. We don't know where we're living next month. We don't know where we're living in the next year. The house has been so up and down and side to side, and if we're gonna get one, if we're not gonna get one, we're trying to get one, we keep losing that. Like, we get so close, we back out of the contract. Like, there's just so much that it's like, I can't move forward with such a crazy life change if that part of life is just not semi-solid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, there's just so many things up in the air, and I won't get into the details of it, but like with that living situation that comes with it, and that uncertainty is just added stress.
Yeah.
And while you're figuring out anything that we don't know, with the second being, it can compound, and that's just not a situation we wouldn't be in. But also, I think we want the best for our family and for the kiddos, and
stability.
Yeah, and that's what that is.
If there's a solid plan for stability, that's one thing, but right now there's not even a solid plan. We don't even know where we're gonna be probably in 2 weeks from now.
Exactly.
Honestly, so.
My bladder is about to explode.
Yes, mine too. So
okay.
We just stopped over for the bathroom, but thank you all so much for putting in questions. If you guys want to be part of something like this in the future, make sure to go follow my Instagram. My TikTok is also linked down below. Thanks for coming along.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you guys in the next one, my friends. We'll see you later. Bye.